in few moments from now. So my humble request to all of you to please be seated. And may I request you all to please put your cell phones on silent mode. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our Honorable Minister of Youth Affairs and Sports, Government of India, Shri Anurag Singh Thakurji. May I request you all to please be seated? Thank you. Namaskar, good morning ladies and gentlemen, and a very warm welcome to all of you in the Y20 Inception meeting organized by Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports, Government of India, with the support of Government of Assam here in Guwahati, awesome Assam. We extend our hearty welcome to our Honorable Minister of Youth Affairs and Sports, Government of India, Shri Anurag Singh Thakurji, Honorable Education Minister, Government of Assam, Dr. Ranoj Peguji, Chief Secretary, Government of Assam, respected Shri Paban Kumar Baur Thakurji, Secretary, Youth Affairs, Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports, Government of India, respected Srimati Meeta Rajiv Lochanji, Principal Secretary, Government of Assam, respected Shri Kalyan Chakrabarti ji, Y20 Chair, Shri Anmol Sobit ji, official representatives and youth delegates from G20 countries, members of Y20 Secretariat, officials from the ministries and state government, young leaders and participants, and all others present in this hall. We welcome you all in this event. It is indeed a moment of great pride and honor for all of us that India is hosting G20, and today is the final day and third day of our Youth20 Inception meeting. And now for the welcome address, ladies and gentlemen, may I request Chief Secretary, Government of Assam, respected Shri Paban Kumar Baur Thakurji.
Good morning, my young friends. Assam is beautiful, isn't it? Is it beautiful? Thank you. Respected Sri Anurag Singh Thakur, Honorable Minister, Ministry of Sports, Government of India, Honorable Minister Sri Ranoj Pego, Ministry of Education, Government of Assam, Srimati Meeta Rajiv Lochan, Secretary, Department of Youth Affairs, Government of India, Mr. Anmol Sobit, Y20 Chair, Sri B. Kalyan Chakrabarti, Principal Secretary, Government of Assam, officials of Government of India, G20 Secretariat, Government of Assam, and most importantly, my young friends, delegates for this Y20 Inception meeting. A very good morning to you all. I welcome you all to the land of one-horned rhino, Rhinoceros unicornis. Assam is fortunate to have hosted the first Y20 Inception meeting at Guwahati. I hope you have enriched your minds after 2 days of thoughtful deliberations and made yourselves ready to meet the challenges of the near future. Friends, Assam is a state located in the northeastern region of India. It is known for its tea industry, wildlife, including the most famed one-horned rhinoceros. It has a rich cultural heritage in music, dance, handicrafts, literature, festivals, architecture, and whatnot. And I, on behalf of Government of Assam, we are very happy to host all of you in Guwahati and welcome you. Friends, for this Y20 INCEPTION meeting, 5 themes were identified, and you must have deliberated upon this. The first one being future of work, Industry 4.0, innovations, and 21st century skills. Industry 4.0 refers to the fourth industrial revolution, characterized by integration of advanced technologies such as artificial intelligence, the Internet of Things, and automation into traditional industrial processes. These innovations are transforming the way work is performed and leading to new job opportunities in areas such as data analysis, software development, etc. 21st century skills refer to the capabilities that individuals will need to thrive in the changing job market, such as critical thinking, problem solving, and digital literacy. Climate change and disaster risk reduction, making sustainability a way of life. It is another important theme of these meetings. Climate change and disaster risk reduction are critical global challenges that require immediate and sustained action. Making sustainability a way of life means incorporating environmentally responsible practices into all aspects of daily life and reducing our carbon footprint. This includes reducing energy consumption, using renewable energy sources, and reducing waste. Another important thing which you have deliberated upon has been peace building and reconciliation, ushering in an era of no war. Peace building and reconciliation are essential for creating an era of no war. They involve addressing the root causes of conflict, promoting understanding and cooperation between different groups, and working to establish lasting peace and stability. Another important theme which you have deliberated upon has been a shared future, youth in democracy and governance. A shared future means creating a society where everyone has equal opportunities, regardless of background or circumstances. Youth play a crucial role in this vision as they are the future leaders and decision makers of the society. The fifth theme has been health and well-being and sports, agenda for youth. Health and well-being and sports play an important role in the overall development and well-being of young people. An agenda for youth in these areas should aim to promote healthy lifestyles, physical activity, while also addressing the challenges that youth face in maintaining their health and well-being. Friends, you must have discussed in length, deliberated and debated on these topics, but definitely these themes are very vast and wide-ranging, and I do not think discussions of 2.5 days deliberations can, make us understand something very comprehensively. I feel that the main purpose of this INCEPTION meeting has been to create a thirst in you on these matters and prepare yourself to lead this world after some time. One most important thing a few days back, in the newspaper, I have seen that scientists have discovered one planet which is like Earth, where it is said that, it can be in a livable condition. This is about 100 light years away from us. Any one of you would like to go there? Obviously, although there is a possibility of life in some far, far, far planet, we cannot even conceive of going there. Because what is a light year? A light year means the distance light itself takes to travel. So there is no question of us traveling there. So that is why we have only one Earth. That is why our Honorable Prime Minister has said, one Earth, one family, one future. We are one Earth. Now, if somebody from one country, suppose Pakistan, wants to come to India, there are our immigration authorities who will check the documents. They sometimes allow somebody to come, they may not allow somebody to come. Somebody coming from Canada to US wants to come, there will be their immigration authorities. They will check the documents. Some people will be allowed to come, some people may not be allowed to come. But the climate damage caused in one country, can the immigration authorities stop that damage to come to the other country? Can the climate damage caused to any country can be stopped by the other countries to spread to those countries? This is not possible. That is why we have to think that we are one family and we have to behave like that. We have to have concern for each other and we have to prepare for the future like this. Friends, I don't want to make a long speech, but I would like to conclude with one sloka from Upanishad. Upanishad is one of the important Upanishads. There, the first sloka, the first says, Isha Vachang Idang Sarvang Yat Kincha Jagatyang Jagat Tena Tektena Bhunjitha Ma Gridha Kaishasit Dhanam. The tenor and purport of this sloka is this, that this world belongs to the Almighty. We can say the world belongs to nature. And whatever is the surplus produced by this ecosystem, only that much we should consume. We should not consume more than what the surplus created by the system. We should not erode into the capital part of the ecosystem. If we do that, we will cause damage to the system and it will be something like stealing the benefits from the next generation. So let us not steal things from the next generation. We should limit our wants. We should behave in a manner so that the earth sustains, the ecology sustains for us, it sustains for the next generation and next generation and next generation. So you are the young people, what you think today, everybody will think about that tomorrow. You have the enthusiasm, you have the energy, you have the spirit to create changes, make things happen. So from that perspective, it has been a great seminar under the aegis of G20, coming Y20, and from the government of Assam, we are very, very happy to be able to host you. We tried our best to make your stay comfortable. But even then, there may be some hiccups here and there. And for any shortcomings, please excuse us. We'll try to improve maybe next time. And I observed that the seminar has been very tightly packed, and you did not have much time to move around. So I invite all of you to have spare time and come see around Assam, its multiplicity, ethnicity, the beauty of nature, the wildlife, all these things, and enjoy. And if yourself you cannot come, send your parents. And if your parents cannot come, at least tell your friends that Assam is a wonderful place. It's worth coming. So thank you very much, friends.
Thank you, respected Shri Pavan Kumar Bo Thakurji, Chief Secretary, Government of Assam, for the opening remarks. Ladies and gentlemen, may I now invite Chair Y20 India, Shri Anmol Soveji, for the introduction.
Good morning, everyone. Honorable Minister, Youth Affairs, Sri Anurag Singh Thakurji, honorable dignitaries, and my dear friends. Are you all feeling awesome in awesome Assam? If yes, how's the Joes? Yeah. Friends, as a platform of Y20 and being the chair of Y20, I, Anmol Sovid, welcome you all to the land of peace, the land of Gautam Buddha, the land of humanity, the land of Swami Vivekananda ji, the land of Mahatma Gandhi, and the present, the land of that shows the whole world, Vasudeva Kutumbakam, one world, one future, one family, the land of Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji. As you all know, India is the youngest country with largest population of young people. And at this time, to have India and our Prime Minister, Honorable Narendra Modi ji, lead this forum G20, showcase the guiding role that India has to play. In the words of Swami Vivekananda ji, we talking of India and her role in world said that India's mission to guide humanity. And now, we as Indians, we are preparing our youth that we must engage our youth people and we must join the globe hands in hand to work for a better future. Our leadership under Honorable Narendra Modi ji has adopted several policies and schemes to help us, the youth of our country. And you will see an example here. Within 8 years, we have showcased how digital policies can change the economy of any country. Before a decade, we were mocked about digitalization. A country with so much diversity, such large population cannot accept digitalization. But we have showcased how a country with so much diversity, such a large population can accept any innovation, any change. As yesterday our Honorable Minister has said, how we have showcased and set an example for the world that what we have done in Digital India. We want, we urge, we would like to have, and we are hopeful that all the G country members, along with India, we will show a torch to the world that any innovation that is helpful to world, that is helpful to India, that is helpful to humanity is acceptable. And it can change the world, it can change the humanity. Friends, we all know right comes with responsibility. I am talking about Digital India. And in this scenario, with Digital India, we have some responsibility also. Being Y20 chair, I, as your Honorable Minister and my dear friends, we are involving all our youth people pan-India across Gujarat to Guwahati, Kashmir to Kerala. Every people of India in Y20 events with the help of Digital India. Friends, we all know the key to sustainable development is peace, and that is very important. In spite of having diverse relationship with many countries, but we as Indians and our leadership, we are going to help, and we are helping them to establish peace. And just we have a budget. In that we have allocated 200 crore to establish peace in Afghanistan. This shows how a developing country with a positive motive can and will do what is necessary and important for one earth, one future, and one family. In the words of Honorable Prime Minister, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. I, Anmol Soviet, Chair Y20, my dear friends, I am just assuring you all that in Y20 programs, we are engaging every Indian youth with many type of programs. We have Y20 Talk Show, we have Y20 Chopal for urban, semi-urban regions, we have Y20 Walk. We are showcasing everything that we have to our youth for a better future. You might think that in a country we have a system, we have executive, then why youth are being engaged in this type of things? And I'll give you one example. And my friends from India, they might know, and you, all friends from the globe, you might have heard this. The story of Ramayana. When Lord Ram, may I speak this sentence in Hindi? May I? जब श्री राम सेतु की निर्माण कर रहे थे, तो उनके साथ उनके सभी सहयोगी, जो भी उनकी टीम थी, उनके सहयोग में थे और उस सेतु के निर्माण में उनका सहयोग कर रहे थे। लेकिन उस वक्त एक छोटा सा क्रिएचर, एक छोटा सा जीव, जिसको हम आज भी रिकॉग्नाइज करते हैं, स्क्वायरल, हमारे यहां बिहार में उसको गिलहरी कहते हैं, उसने अपना रोल प्ले किया। वेरी स्मॉल एनिमल, like that only we all human being from the globe, we have to play our role, we have to play our responsibilities for one earth, one future, one family. If we want prosperity, peace, we have to join hands, and we will. I am hopeful. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. Thank you.
Thank you, Shri Anmol Soviji, Y20 Chair for the introduction. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for the presentation on white papers, may I request Secretary for the Chancellor, Y20 Secretariat, Ms. Aditi Raj.
Honorable Minister, Youth Affairs and Sports, Government of India, Shri Anurag Singh Thakur. Honorable Minister of Education, Government of Assam, Dr. Ranuj V. Chief Secretary, Government of Assam, Shri Pavan Kumar Thakur. Secretary, Youth Affairs, Government of India.
This is Meeta Rajiv Lochan. Principal Secretary, Labour Welfare Department, Shri B. Kalyan Chakravarti. Y20 Secretariat Chair, Shri Anmol Sovit. Dignitaries of the stage, friends and colleagues present here, it is an honor for me to present before you the white paper of Youth 20 India, and it is a blessing to do so in the land of Ma Kamakhya. Last month, Honorable Minister Shri Anurag Singh Thakur launched the 5 themes of Y20 India in our curtain raiser event held in New Delhi. The idea of the white paper is to show the on-ground realities with respect to the 5 themes of the G20 and beyond. What Y20 India has also done this time is to include a section called the India Way, which showcases some of India's incredible governance success stories in the 5 themes. Before I begin, I must express my heartfelt gratitude to our knowledge partners, Rishihood University, MIT School of Government, Gujarat National Law University, Malviya Center for Peace Research, the United Nations in India, Institute of Town Planners India, and National Disaster Management Authority. Starting with our first theme, Future of Work, Industry 4.0, Innovation and 21st Century Skills. The COVID-19 pandemic has brought about unprecedented changes to the world of work, including widespread lockdowns and economic disruption that we all witnessed. However, it also opened up new opportunities for employment and growth, particularly in industries that have embraced digital transformation and investment in skill development. The rise of Industry 4.0, with its focus on technology, data analysis and automation, has created new possibilities for workers to learn new skills, reinvent their careers, and stay ahead of the curve. The principle of unlearn, relearn, and reskill became essential for success in this new environment. Globally, there are various efforts which have been taken to impart 21st century skills. The aim of these efforts has been to equip the workforce with the necessary skills to succeed in the digital age and navigate the changing job market. In our white papers, we have also talked about cross-border innovations and growth through collaboration. The MSME sector, which is micro, small, and medium enterprises sector, plays a crucial role in promoting cooperation between enterprises, the private sector, and the research institutions for the benefit of youth today across national boundaries. As young Indians, we often speak about startups and traditional economy, and our paper addresses this aspect as well. If we look inward, schemes of the Government of India, such as Skill India, Digital India, and Mudra Yojana, have left a stark difference in the lives of millions of Indians. From a few hundred recognized startups to the journey of over 80,000 startups, over 100 unicorns, we have come a long way. As we know, digital governance in India has gained from strength to strength in the past few years. In the third quarter of last year, I may emphasize, over 23 billion digital payments worth rupees 38.3 lakh crore were recorded in our country, which is a testament to the new India that our Prime Minister Modi ji has envisioned. Next, we move on to climate change and disaster risk reduction, making sustainability a way of life. As we all know, this is among the most pertinent issues which is facing whole of mankind today. Children and youth are not just victims of climate change, but they are also the valuable contributors to climate action. With greater commitments made by nations to realize a sustainable world and global economy, through investments in critical mitigation and adaptation interventions, there is a significant opportunity for youth to become professionalized contributors to the ongoing green recovery in play. Now, the question that people ask India is about our contribution to the prevention of climate change and also how our civilizational values ensure sustainable living. In COP26, which was held in Glasgow, to address the matters of climate change, the Honorable Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, introduced the concept of Mission Life. Mission Life is a popular worldwide movement led by India that urges individuals and groups to take actions to conserve and preserve the environment. We say lifestyle of the planet, by the planet, for the planet. An interesting case study for policy enthusiasts would be India's LPG reforms. The Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana, which is a flagship scheme with the objective to make clean cooking fuels such as LPG available to rural and deprived households, which were otherwise using traditional cooking fuels such as firewood, coal, etc., has ensured that household pollution gets lowered by over 50%, thereby helping millions of women across India with a better standard of living. And all this change has been brought forward because of equal contributions from the youth of India. And as I say this, I know that the youth can play the role of bridge between modern and traditional means of conservation. When we talk about a better planet, our initiative of the government that is not talked much about is National Green Hydrogen, which has tremendous potential. The focus is on building infrastructure for the production of at least 500 million metric tons of green hydrogen by the end of 2030 and reaching a further potential of 10,000 million metric tons with the gradual development of export markets. Another important aspect of India's policy which we've put across as a solution for challenges that we face with regards to renewable energy is the emphasis on solar energy. In 2015, the Government of India proposed the setting up of the International Solar Alliance, the vision which is to mitigate climate change by shifting energy solutions to renewable sources, primarily solar energy, and the sunshine countries can play a significant role in the same. Its objectives include ramping up the solar energy capacity of the world to 10,000 gigawatts by 2030, reducing the cost of solar power generation, and promoting innovation, research, and development in solar energy. Moving on to our next theme, we have peace building and reconciliation, ushering in an era of no war. The white paper focuses on navigating the aftermath of COVID-19 pandemic and the ongoing global conflicts, establishing a world of peace and prosperity. This section's major highlight shall be the importance of facilitating global consensus on conflict prevention and peace building, promoting equitable collaboration between the global north and the global south, and countering non-state actors through concerted efforts. We have drawn lessons from India's experience of navigating internal and external conflicts, the need for socio-economic stability, and peace-building efforts in preventing wars. It needs to be pressed that peace cannot be established or sustained only through the absence of an armed conflict, and that factors like the economic and social stability of a state play a critical role in this regard as well. The G20 nations can learn from India's experience in making and implementing its socio-economic policies and devising effective peace-building efforts in once restive regions. the Indian ethos of diplomacy, which is premised on the principle of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, or the world is a family, has been on display during India's rescue missions in the Middle East, and Ukraine and India's aid to countries like Afghanistan. We strongly believe that unless you look at the whole world as one, unless there is inclusivity and empathy for everyone, ensuring peace is certainly a challenge. Standing here today, I feel proud to mention India's success in democratic peace building in the Northeast region and the constitutional peace building through amendment of Article 370 and abrogation of Article 35A. These are the leading example of these projected values that India has shown the way. Peace building and reconciliation can indeed take place without the use of force, and such a peace, once established, can be lasting in nature as well. Therefore, we as Indians can indeed be proud of the steps taken to ensure that conflicts which were raging for decades have been resolved without the use of force, which has now ensured that communities caught in conflict can grow and become important stakeholders in India's growth story. Meaningful democracy, meaningful participation of youth is important for all aspects. This brings me to our fourth theme, Shared Future, Youth in Democracy and Governance. We have touched upon the challenges for youth in legislature and politics, including structural barriers and personal struggles like political financing and mentorship. We've highlighted how paramount is the role of youth in policy making and governance. Enhancing grassroots youth leadership is a major priority area under Y20 India, as empowering young leaders is an effective way of harnessing and mainstreaming their untapped potential. Youth leadership is a major priority area, and empowering young leaders through bottom-up approach is an effective way of mainstreaming and channelizing their voices and objectives, and this is what we have put across through our white paper. Institutionalizing leadership and governance training is also a major aspect of bringing about the youth under this ambit of policy making and politics. The National Informatics Center under the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology here in India offers a Digital India internship for Indian students where they get to participate in the policy making process by producing policy inputs such as empirical analysis, policy papers, and briefing reports. Further, ambitious government initiatives such as YUVA 2.0, which have been trailblazer programs in this regard, My Government Initiative, and the National Youth Policy have been the front runners in the quest to realize these objectives. Our next and final theme is Health, Wellbeing and Sports Agenda for Youth. The recent global events have highlighted that health is the single most important asset a human can have, and these events have given humanity an opportunity to secure this cherished asset. It brought together people of different social settings together, and it was due to this united front that we could defeat COVID-19. As we are advancing into the digital world, most of our services are also transitioning to virtual platform. However, the transition in the health sector is yet to gain momentum. Also, the digital health services have been beyond reach to a large section of the world's population, partly due to discrepancies in digital literacy, technological and language barriers. A sizable portion of the population lacks access to basic health facilities and is required to pay for their own health care. High out-of-pocket costs significantly contribute to trapping vulnerable populations into poverty. Hence, there's a need to address the issue of healthcare financing on priority as well, that we have put across in these white papers. Amidst all these challenges, India has emerged as a beacon of hope, and the youth can lead the way forward in our fight against these issues. Schemes like the Ayushman Bharat and Pradhan Mantri Jan Aushadhi Kendras have made quality healthcare facilities accessible to the underprivileged strata of the society. India has demonstrated its digital health capabilities by roaming in the state-of-art technologies to plan and implement large-scale immunizations drives in the midst of pandemic via the CoWIN portal. India has also adhered to its teachings of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam by providing essential drugs, vaccines, and other healthcare equipment to various countries around the globe. Further, India has taken a step towards integrating traditional medicine with modern medicine by establishing the Ministry of Ayush, which oversees the adoption and promotion of traditional medicine practices from the systematic level to the grassroots levels. India has also taken steps to promote sports as a part of lifestyle by introducing the Khelo India scheme, where hundreds of young athletes from various parts of the country get to participate in an event that is televised nationally. What separates the present government from the rest is the hands-on approach of the sports minister to ensure the well-being of sportsperson at any cost. We have also witnessed the Prime Minister get personally involved in the games, and this is reflected in India's performance in the Olympics and other championships. To conclude, this paper is a part of the efforts to meaningfully include the perspective of the youth, the future of this world, on current issues of international importance. With these words, I conclude, and thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Drishti Raval, Secretary, Policy and Research, Y20 Secretariat, for the presentation on white paper. And ladies and gentlemen, may I now humbly request Honorable Education Minister of Assam, Dr. Anuj Peguji, to kindly present research papers on 5 themes to our Honorable Minister of Youth Affairs and Sports, Shri Anurag Singh Thakurji. Thank you so much, Honorable Minister, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, may I now request Honorable Minister of Youth Affairs and Sports, Government of India, Shri Anurag Singh Thakurji, to kindly launch the Y20 India Talks YouTube channel. Sir, please. I think he has come. Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, now we have Y20 India Talks YouTube channel. May I now request Honorable Minister of Youth Affairs and Sports, Shri Anurag Singh Thakurji, to kindly launch the white paper of Y20 themes. Thank you, Honorable Minister, sir. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I would request Honorable Education Minister of Assam, Dr. Ranoj Peguji, for the address.
Honorable Union Minister of Youth and Sports, Sri Anurag Singh Thakurji, respected Secretary to Government of India, Mitha Rajiv Loshanji, Chair Y20 Anmol Shobitji, respected Chief Secretary to the Government of Assam, Pawan Borthakur Dangoria, respected Principal Secretary to Government of Assam, Dr. Kalyan Chakraborty Dangoria, and respected delegates from G20 countries, other dignitaries present here, officials of Government of India and Government of Assam. On behalf of the Government of Assam and the people of Assam, welcome you all to this Y20 Inception meeting. And it is a privilege to be the host state of host country of this G20 summit. And I thank our Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji and also Sri Anurag Singh Thakurji for giving Assam the opportunity to host this inception meeting of Y20. We tried our best to make you to feel at home. We wanted to give you a very warm hug, welcoming to this state of Assam with a projected population of 3.5 crore. And I hope you had a comfortable stay in Assam. Today is the last day. We are feeling a bit of pain that after some time you will all be leaving home, leaving this state. In this run-up to this Y20 inception meeting, our higher education department, we tried to involve as many youths, particularly our students in universities and colleges, in the process of this discourse on Y20. About 10,000 students participated in a series of seminars, symposia, debating competitions, art competitions, etc. across 55 colleges and universities of the state in the last few days. And some of them, around 400 students, they came to Guwahati to listen to your deliberations at IIT Guwahati yesterday. And they have reported me that it was a very lifetime experience for all of them. And I thank again the Ministry of Youth and Sports for giving this opportunity to our students. We have published a small bulletin about our initiative and also the seminar papers, research papers, which were presented in the seminars. We have brought out an publication that we have handed over to the Honorable Minister and we have released today. I request my Higher Education Department to give a copy of those seminar papers to all the respected delegates. On the 5 themes that Y20 is focusing on, the Assam government has been working on that. And the scenario of employment, education, it cannot be separated, we understand. We understand that 21st century technologies, and Government of Assam has last year with our Skill Development Education Department jointly signed a memorandum of understanding with Tata Technologies for a 2,000 crore project to be implemented in 34 polytechnic institutes and 43 industrial training institutes to impart this new technologies as a skill development program to our youths. We are establishing skill centers in every block, and we all understand that this is time for the education to create job creators than job seekers. This has been much talked about, and we are focusing on, and we are doing it that every college and universities of Assam, we are establishing entrepreneurship cell so that young students can be motivated from a very early age for entrepreneurship development. Government cannot, or even the public sector, because of the automation also, the number of employment is coming down, and if we do not infuse the motivation for entrepreneurship, the skill development, the unemployment problem that we are facing today cannot be addressed. On climate change, Assam is a basin. It is surrounded on every side by hill, mountainous region. And a recurring flood is a big problem in Assam. We are changing our mindset to incorporate to introduce new technologies, new approach, new ideas. And government of Assam is investing a very big fund to make Assam a flood-free state. And last year we have achieved certain success. Climate change is a big issue. And here in Assam, these 3 days, you have experienced a dry brooding season. Actually, it should have rained by this time, but the rain is not coming. In Assamese, there is a old proverb, Meghe goroje maghor hekh, dhanya raja punna dekh. If it rains in the end of Magh month, that is the first half of February, the king is blessed, the country is blessed. Last night I heard it rained in Upper Assam, but Guwahati, still we are waiting for a rain. Rain will definitely come, then again flood will come, and along with flood, the havoc comes, and its impact is, we all understand. So, government of Assam is working with new ideas, with a new concept and good investment in tackling flood in Assam. In terms of peace, today you might not have seen a large contingent of security forces posted in the places where you are staying. But once it was a time in Assam when insurgency, extremism was very much in Assam, and we had to deploy large security forces for events like this. But this time you have not seen presence of large number of security forces, because in last 7 years, government of Assam, we have achieved tremendous progress in settling our internal issues, and most of the insurgent or the militant groups have come to talks, and we have signed peace accords. They have returned to the mainstream, and we do not have any requirement of deploying security forces for events like this. Assam, peace has completely returned to Assam. And we are trying to resolve, as we are surrounded by several other Indian states, and we have disputes. We had disputes, and we started talking with our neighboring states, and one after another, we are resolving our boundary disputes. So our issues will be, neighboring states will be over very soon. Peace will prevail. and together as India, together as northeastern India, we can make headway ahead. In terms of democracy, India is the mother of democracy we know. And in Assam, apart from the Panchayati Raj system where democracy is decentralized to the grassroots level, as we have many ethnic groups, many tribal groups, we have further decentralized democracy by creating various small autonomous councils and development councils whereby we are giving rights to the specific ethnic communities to sort out their own development plan, to steer their own welfare schemes. We have as many as, other than the 6 scheduled areas that is in the hills and Bodoland area, we have 10 other autonomous councils in Assam. We have another dozen of development councils, and we are holding elections, decentralizing, giving power to the people to elect their own councils and sort out their own development plan. And when we come to the theme of health, well-being, Government of Assam, we have adopted a state sports policy whereby every sportsman who brings pride to the state, who brings a reward to the state, are being incentivized. In our Assam Legislative Assembly, we have 126 constituencies. We are establishing a stadium in every constituency. We are establishing a stadium in every district headquarters where a national level event can be held. We started with 3 medical colleges. Today our 8 medical colleges are running in the state. Another 8 medical colleges are under construction and expected to be inaugurated within next 2 years. This year we have laid foundation stone for another 8 medical colleges, so altogether after 5-6 years, Assam with a projected population of 3.5 crore, we will have 24 medical colleges. And with this kind of health infrastructure, I think we are focusing in the health and well-being sector, promoting sports, promoting yoga. Assam government is taking this kind of initiative, and I hope the ideas, the views that has come up through this discourse of Y20 Inception meeting and the white paper which has been just now presented, definitely another series of discussion our education department will hold. And whatever the good ideas, views has come up, we will definitely adopt them and try to implement in Assam for a uniform, for a good future of all of us. At last, I hope 3 days was a very short period. On behalf of the government of Assam, on behalf of the people of Assam, the foreign and the other delegates from other parts of the country, I would like to extend an invitation. Please do come again. This was a dry season. Please come. There are 2 good seasons to visit Assam. One is the Bahag Bihu season, that is in the month of April, and autumn season, winter season, that is a good tourism season. So I invite you all to visit Assam again, and for any inadvertent difficulty faced by you. I do apologize on behalf of the government. Thank you very much. Have a good day, and I wish you a safe return home journey. Thank you all very much.
Thank you so much, Honorable Education Minister of Assam, Dr. Ranuj Peguji, for your address. Ladies and gentlemen, may I now humbly request Honorable Minister of Youth Affairs and Sports, Government of India, Shri Anurag Singh Thakurji, to kindly address the August gathering.
Honorable Education Minister, Government of Assam, Dr. Ranuj Peguji, Secretary Youth Affairs, Government of India, Srimati Meeta Rajiv Lochanji, Chief Secretary Government of Assam, Shri Pavan Kumar Bharat Thakurji, Principal Secretary Education, Shri Kalyan Chakrabarti ji, and Y20 Chair, Shri Anmol Sovid ji, my friends from the G20 countries, friends from media, Namaskar, Tumi Keni Asa. For our international friends, it means, hello, how are you? Did you enjoy your time in awesome Assam? Did you? Did you make new friends? Did you enjoy the food? Did you make memories of a lifetime? And how many of you are planning to return to India soon? It gives me great honor to convey to you all a very warm and heartfelt congratulations for attending the Y20 Inception meeting at Guwahati, Assam in run-up to the main Youth 20 Summit in 2023. India has assumed the presidency of G20 on 1st December 2022 for a period of 1 year, up to 30th November 2023. This is a time of immense honor and national pride for our nation. India's theme for its presidency is enshrined in its civilizational value system of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. The first day of December in 2022 will be remembered as a watershed moment for India and its population, as the country has taken the honor of hosting the largest multilateral event ever held on its land. This is both an honor and responsibility as well, as this event occurs during the Amrit Kal, the 75th year of India's independence. With the G20 presidency, India has the unique opportunity to demonstrate to the world our people's extraordinary prowess. Our G20 presidency affords us the opportunity to highlight our Atithi Devo Bhava tradition. The G20 presidency of India will work to promote this sense of global unity and therefore our motto, one earth, one family, one future. The process of social inclusion of our youth, including participation in decision making, promotes their role as active contributors to society. Youth has immense transformative powers, and youthful energy is harnessed and leveraged in the right direction, which can indeed put the world on a course of more sustainable future. The Government of India prioritizes youth development and work towards creating an ecosystem for empowering the dynamism of young people through several youth intervention programs and schemes. Capturing the enthusiasm of youth, the Y20 Forum will be crucial as we discuss the modalities and mechanism for developing well-crafted policy recommendations by the youth representatives for relevant G20, Y20 priority agenda. This will focus on global health architecture, digital transformation, and sustainable energy transition. This Youth 20 Forum for future young leaders from all the G20 member countries hold great importance as the youth are in the league to shape the future and lead the coming generations towards a just, equitable and progressive world. It is a high time to empower youth to explore innovative ideas to tackle developmental changes based on our civilizational ethos that sees the youth as an enabler of shared peace and prosperity. We look forward to working collectively for achieving the goal of Y20. We seek practical worldwide solutions for everybody in the true spirit of Vasudev Kutumbakam. India's G20 leadership reflects the Honorable Prime Minister's Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas goal. The G20 represents 85% of the GDP, global GDP, and 75% of the global commerce, 65% of the worldwide population. India aspires to discover sustainable solutions to global issues, including climate change, emerging technologies, food and energy security, more through its G20 presidency. During the inception meeting on 6th and 7th February 2023, various eminent panelists had discussed on the 5 identified themes of Y20. Based on the discussions and deliberations, the white paper on the 5 different themes has been prepared, which unveils that the active involvement youth in peace building, creating global youth networks is crucial. Lifelong learners, technological adapters will shape the future workforce. And these 3 days saw invigorating ideation, spirited dialogues and deliberations on some of the most crucial issues humanity is faced with. Shared with refreshing perspective from youth across the G20 region, over 200 youth delegates from G20 countries participated in this 3-day mega event. Over 12,000 college university students attended this event. Furthermore, every higher education institute in Assam organized awareness drives at 10 neighboring schools to sensitize school children about the G20 groupings and functioning. Let me thank the Honorable CM, Honorable Education Minister and the entire officials for their effort to create more awareness about the G20. And I could see many youngsters who have been elected through these programs from various colleges of Assam has also been represented here. From ice-baking sessions at Brahmaputra Sandbar Island to outdoor excursions, we have explored the abundance of alluring Assam, the gateway to the Southeast Asia and beyond. Your cultural exchange has given me much to think about as I held the first ever youth dialogue with Y20 delegates. I'm also happy to go through your white paper, which has carefully been drafted, keeping your views and aspirations and agenda in mind. I stand by the firm belief that the Y20 India Summit this year would exemplify youth-centric efforts and showcase progressive policy measures ideated by the youth for the youth across the globe. As Prime Minister Modi says, and I quote, "The world has crafted a beautiful balance of collective action, common but differentiated responsibility and respective capabilities," I unquote. Therefore, it is very important to have a growth mindset and action-oriented approach in order to get things done and achieve your shared goals. Your actions must speak for themselves. The 5 key themes of the Y20 Summit have been carefully chosen to deliberate upon for a shared future of our global community. These 5 themes present an extraordinary opportunity for you all to create, collaborate, and contribute to the development agenda of G20. They are quite interesting, so let me share some of my thoughts too. First, the future of works, Industry 4.0, innovation and 21st century skills. A global pandemic, economic sanctions, geopolitical uncertainties have all had significant implication for the future of supply chains, particularly the flow of trade, talent, and the technology. As we move towards a digital, disruptive, and demand-driven world, the skills of the future will be determined by the marketplace. It will be interesting to hear about how future workplaces may be prepared through the principles of unlearning, relearning, and reskilling. Will cross-border innovation be fueled by cross-border collaborations? How the gig economy will shine through as a new age industry? How many catalyze the startup ecosystem such that it aligns with the development goals of governments across the world? The role of traditional economic will also undergo a paradigm shift, and it will be important to evaluate this as part of Industry 4.0. Government of India, in its recent budget, has planned and announced to skill lakhs of youth in India to make them future ready for the future works, Industry 4.0, especially focusing on areas like artificial intelligence, 3D printing, coding, Internet of Things, machine learning, and all. We are ready to open 30 Skill India International Center across the country. There will be 3 Centers of Excellence for Artificial Intelligence. There will be close to 5 million youth who will be given stipend over the period of next 3 years. I'm glad to hear the initiatives taken by the government of Assam to start the skill centers not only at the district but at the block level also. I thank you and congratulate you for this initiative as well. Next is the climate change and disaster risk reduction. Apart from our efforts towards use of renewable energy and building the global consensus with the Solar Alliance, Honorable Prime Minister Modi made the historical commitment for India to be the net zero by 2070 at the World Leaders Summit at COP26. It was the most bold and ambitious commitment made by any world leader at COP26. Not only making the commitment, but the target what we set for the 2023, we have already achieved that in the year 2021, 9 years in advance. India introduced the idea of life or lifestyles for environment. This is an agenda for the sustainable future of the world community. As the world grapples with the changing weather patterns, shifting crop cycles, flash floods, we are also seeing a generational shift in our daily lives. Little changes like the use of paper straws, jute bags, separation of plastic and recycled waste, vegetarian food preferences are also shaping up as a movement of choice amongst the youth. Next, peace building and reconciliation. The world faces a plethora of transitional changes to human existence in turbulent era of international relations. India has a long history of service in United Nations peacekeeping, having contributed more personnel than any other country. Equitable collaboration of the global north and global south is an imperative. It is for young minds like you to find mutual areas of consensus and navigating beyond the sea of conflicts ridden by the baggage of history. When the world is seeing a war between two nations, it is the Prime Minister Modi said, and he rightly mentioned, this is not the time for war. And the G20 countries appreciated that and included that as agenda as well. While standing in the state of Assam in Guwahati, I could say, under the able leadership of Prime Minister Modi, the peace process has taken place in the valley of Jammu and Kashmir, as well as in the northeastern states. If you look at the number of the insurgency incidents, have come down by 89% in the Northeast. And if you look at the civilian deaths, that has come down by 85% in the last 8 years. That means there is more peace, and Armed Forces Special Protection Act has been withdrawn in many areas in the last 8 years. So one after another, a lot of steps have been taken in the northeastern region, and we have seen in the yesterday's event of the peace reconciliation, many ex-ULFA to other such ex-militants who spoke about their experiences, how they have been involved in the nation-building process today. Next is the shared future, youth in democracy and governance. If you look at the world map, you will realize that India's firm commitment, decade after decade, to the democratic process in a neighborhood of turmoil is an example for the world. It is a beacon of hope that democracy can thrive, is strengthened by diversity, not weakened. The new paradigm of good governance and effective democracy is participative governance, wherein citizens are becoming a part of the democratic decision-making process. Prime Minister Modi has always emphasized on Jan Bhagidari to Jan Andolan, from people's involvement, where everyone must feel he or she is working for the progress of a country. Furthermore, India's definition of democracy is not to be restricted to the elections and governments only. Democracy is strengthened by Jan Bhagidari, which means active participation of the people in shaping policies and programs. I would like you to explore how this can be strengthened and amplified through technology. In the state of Jammu and Kashmir, we have started with the district development committees, which never happened in the last 75 years, but we had a very successful elections last to last year. So there is always a possibility of the people's participation, and through the elected representatives, we can bring in more transparency and accountability to the system. And we have seen how elected government in India brought in more transparency. As I discussed with you yesterday, from the CoWIN app, a digital platform, to get your vaccine certificate online, to a UPI Bhim platform to make digital payments, the world's largest digital payment platform. We have such many initiatives in the area of governance which brought in more transparency and accountability into the system, saving billions and billions of dollars for the government of India, and also doing the last mile delivery, also ensuring the last mile delivery in a large country like India with 1.4 billion population. India during the COVID-19 pandemic has delivered free food grains to 800 million people over a period of 28 months in a very successful manner, and administered 2.2 billion vaccinations free of cost to every Indian in the country. Not only that, through the vaccine Maitri, India has given vaccine 290 million vaccines to 100 plus countries across the world. So, as I was talking about the health, well-being and sports agenda for youth, the COVID-19 pandemic has shown our national vulnerabilities and also our collective abilities to unite across boundaries. When faced with the pandemic, systems collapsed and national interest made selfish and insecure. India practiced the principle of Vasudev Kutumbakam and supplied vaccines to more than 100 countries. We rolled out the fastest and largest vaccination program with 2.2 billion vaccinations administered. We went fully digital to provide seamless certification through the CoWIN app and registration on the Arogya Setu app. As young people, I hope you realize that there is nothing more important than health and well-being of individuals and the nation itself. So I further encourage you to practice yoga and use Ayurveda, which has been practiced in India for centuries and has proved beneficial in maintaining a healthy body and mind. I urge the youth who are busy and pursuing new skills, writing software and building startups, also to take up a sport and connect to your spiritual side for a soulful life, to find relief from work pressures and mental health issues. The Y20 is an opportunity to shape the discourse for governments and nations. It is also an opportunity to find and rediscover yourself, and in some ways to lose yourself in the magical experiences that India offers during your visit. I will leave you and end with few questions you can think about and discuss as you engage with each other over the next few months. Will you rise above conflicts and become the generation that build consensus? Will you be more inclusive towards sections of the society which have historically not gotten a seat at the table? Will you utilize the disruptive nature of technology for global good? Will you make policies which are rooted in reality and yet ambitious of what our future holds and values you truly believe in? Will you promise yourselves to commit to finding pragmatic solutions to problems or succumb to the battles of the day? Think about it, and more importantly, act on it. In the end, I would like to thank the Government of Assam for making wonderful arrangements at IIT Guwahati and in other parts of the Assam. Thank you once again. Thank you all for being here and joining this Y20 Inception meeting. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you so much, Honorable Minister, sir, for your address. Ladies and gentlemen, our Honorable Minister of Youth Affairs and Sports, Government of India, Shri Anurag Singh Thakur ji. And now for word of thanks, may I invite Secretary Programs and Logistics, Y20 Secretariat, Shri Akasha.
First of all, Hu Prabhat from the land of rising sun, the land of pious soil of Ma Kamakhya. I express my deep gratitude as we move towards our very last leg of the Y20 Inception. I express my deep gratitude towards Honorable Youth Minister of India, who has been continuously instilling the confidence and the support that Y20 family globally and the Y20 family that has been driving this entire exercise. So we are very thankful to you for your regular exercise of recharging us with the confidence. I express my deep gratitude towards the Education Minister from Government of Assam, Shri Ranuj Pego Sarji. I express my deep gratitude towards the Secretary of Youth Affairs, Ms. Meeta Rajiv Luchan ma'am. My deep gratitude towards a very accommodative and sweet Chief Secretary, Government of Assam, Pawan Kumar sir. He has been very supportive throughout our team. My deep gratitude towards Shri Kalyan Chakravarti sir, Principal Secretary, Government of Assam, and our Chair, Y20, Anmol Sovid ji. And as we move off the dais, thank you so much for the host institute, IIT Guwahati, a director who has been very much an inspiration to instill the patience throughout this 3 days exercise. The administrative stakeholders from Government of Assam, thank you so much. The Y20 Secretariat, the delegates of G20 who made it all across India, across Assam and internationally for making it towards the pious land of Ma Kamakhya, speakers, panelists, and I express my deep gratitude towards our fifth pillar of inspiration and confidence that is instilled in the youth of India by our Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji. This is the decade where the youth of India is instilling a deep inspiration by the confidence that we have seen throughout the paradigms in the years of the new governance. And as we envision the Y20 to deliver the landmark milestones in the areas of the 5 identified themes, from this land of the rising sun to augment the collaboration by youth PAN G20 towards the upcoming events across the year in our India's presidency, to deliver the vision of one earth, one future, one family with a joint and mutual consensus. And last but not the least, I would say, picture abhi baki hai. This was just a climax and the movie is yet to come. Thank you so much. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you, Shri Akash Jha, Secretary Programs and Logistics, Y20 Secretariat, for your closing remarks. And with this, ladies and gentlemen, we conclude our today's event. And we would like to thank all the dignitaries, our esteemed guests, our Honorable Minister of Youth Affairs and Sports, Shri Anurag Singh Thakur ji, Honorable Education Minister of Assam, Dr. Roj Pegu ji, our senior officials on the days, representatives and youth delegates from G20 nations. Thank you all for being part of this momentous event. Thank you so very much. Thank you. And may I request you all to kindly join us for the high tea. Thank you.